Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Simmons with AIM. Welcome to week 9 of the 2021 session of the Indiana General Assembly. We're back with the team, Lindsay Moss, Jenna Nepper, and Campbell Ritchie. Hi, guys. Not a crazy week at the State House this week, kind of easing into the second half of the legislative session, but there are a few things we're working on. Lindsay, you want to kick us off by talking about MVH flexibility and where that stands? I know there's a lot of interest in our membership on that topic.
Sure. Yeah, there was a bill that passed the Senate, Senate Bill 207, which provides a 2-year time period for some additional flexibility with MVH funds. So under current law, 50% of your MVH funds have to be used for construction, reconstruction, or preservation. The current version of Senate Bill 207 provides that 40% of your MVH funds have to be used for those construction related purposes. And the other 60% can be used for any of the other eligible uses of MVH dollars, your unrestricted MVH funds. So for a 2-year time period, you could have that 10% flexibility. It did pass the Senate. I'm not sure that there's the same level of appetite to move that bill forward on the House side, but I've continued to have conversations with legislators on that side. I think that this topic might, even if the bill itself doesn't move, I think the topic might be discussed in the context of other issues like the budget, for example.
Thank you. Jenna, let's talk about virtual meetings. We've talked about it in legislative summary. We've talked about it in other venues that due to the pandemic, we've certainly seen the need for greater flexibility to hold public meetings and public hearings in the virtual setting. There's a couple of bills moving through the State House right now. Talk about those and where they are in the process.
Yeah, as you mentioned, this continues to be one of AIM's top priorities for the session. Senate Bill 369 is the Senate version that's authored by Senator Rogers. It made it out of the first half and is assigned to House Gov and Reg. And then House Bill 1437 is the bill authored by Representative Tony Cook, and that has been assigned to Senate Local Government. Both bills deal with allowing virtual meetings in times of emergency and outside times of emergency, with some parameters in those times outside times of emergencies. Representative Cook's bill has some more guardrails in place. So we're working with both authors to first determine, which bill is going to be the one that moves forward. Like I said, both bills are similar, but there are some small differences in there, with Senator Rogers offering a little more flexibility for local units in those times outside of emergencies.
All right, thanks, Jenna. Campbell, landlord tenant, the local ability to regulate the landlord tenant relationships has certainly been a topic for the last 2 years, if not more, at the State House. There are a couple of bills in play. Share a little bit about those.
Right. So as you all probably remember, last year, Senate Enrolled Act 148 was passed that preempted basically all aspects of the landlord-tenant relationship from being regulated at the local level, targeted in Indianapolis ordinance. The governor vetoed that bill, but this year the General Assembly has overridden that veto, so that bill will go into effect. However, there was particular consternation from some members and the governor himself about a specific line in that bill, which stated that locals could not regulate any aspect of the landlord-tenant relationship, and they want to take that out of the bill. So there are currently 2 trailer bills, Senate Bill 150 and House Bill 1541, that would eliminate that line from the code so that locals will not be categorically preempted from regulating any aspect. Only the 8 specific preemptions would remain in law. So that bill 1541 was heard this week. But it was held because despite the fact that the authors of that bill want to keep it very clean and focus on that one issue, other legislators on the committee wanted to have a more robust discussion about what the regulation of that landlord-tenant relationship would look like at the statewide level if it's going to be regulated at the statewide level. We don't know whether or not they will take up that conversation in a robust way or keep it clean, but those conversations are out there.
All right, thanks, Campbell. Last bill for today, Lindsay, annexation, it really wouldn't be a legislative session if we weren't talking about annexation. So there's a little bit of news to report there.
Yeah, so Senate Bill 95 is Senator Boots's bill that has passed the Senate a couple of times that would change the way the annexation statute is structured for municipally initiated annexations. So under current law, there's a remonstrance process for property owners, but under Senate Bill 95, there would no longer be a remonstrance process, and instead, property owners in a proposed annexation territory would have to proactively sign a petition agreeing to come into the city or town. So this does pass the Senate regularly, but then has died in the House in the past without being heard or without moving out of committee if it does receive a hearing. We have been talking with the bill's sponsor on the House side and the committee chair where the bill was assigned, Representative Zent, who chairs the House Local Government Committee. We're not sure at this time whether the bill will receive a hearing in committee or not. That decision is still being made and conversations are ongoing. But we certainly hope that this bill does not get legs in the House.
All right, guys, that's it for this week. We'll be back next week with a review of week 10. Until then, please read your bill tracking list at the bottom of your legislative summary. And as always, let us know, email or call any of us if you have any questions. Thanks.